Stitch Roadies! Thanks for coming by and visiting. It's still October and we love this month of the year. I have been, I'm just going to say up front right now, this will be the most confusing floss tube of Stitch Roadie history because I actually don't know what I shared last time and what I didn't, and I don't go back and watch my own floss tubes, so I barely can keep up with all the ones that I love, but I had a fabulous time. We spent my actual birthday at the Oregon coast, and I had a wonderful time with G and my older son and oldest grandson, and I got to meet up with a bunch of nurse friends who were also vacationing that same time on the coast. And it is, you know, when you have been friends, how do I say this? If you've been friends with someone who you have worked through chaos and emergency, and you knew them back when they were either unmarried or newly married or just having your children, and then you grow up together. And I was sharing with my oldest son this funny story because one of the nurses that was on the coast, for whatever reason, G was either out of town or at work or something, and I was at work, and my oldest son was community service, which might not have been such a learning experience for him because actually he was like this little kind of scrawny teenage boy who got caught with cigarettes, and back then it was like a big deal. And so he could either pay a $50 fine or do community service. And my being the smart ass that I am, I said, well, do you got $50? And he's like, no. And so I said, well, it's community service for you. Well, you know, if I had known what I know now, maybe that wouldn't have been a good decision, because he was on a bus with a bunch of druggies and DUIs and all kinds of savory souls, I should say, and he had to go out, and the community service at that time was to clear snowmobile trail out in the forest. And he got overheated, and so he got heat stroke, kind of like, and the sheriff had to bring him back to town, and called me and said they would have him at the county dump, because that's where the pickup site was. This is a silly story, but I'm coming around to it. But so I couldn't leave work. You know, I had labor patients. I was a labor delivery nurse. So I called my friend, and she and her husband went to pick him up and take him to the house. But when she called me, she said, I almost didn't find him, because last time she had seen him, he was this towhead, blonde kid, and he was going through that period of time where he dyed his hair black. So she didn't recognize him at first. Oh gosh. You know, when you have that kind of history with people, you just, it just, you know, you're just like this, you know. And so back to the coast, it was great seeing everybody, because we have been through children, marriages, divorces, deaths, grandchildren. Yeah, we're stitched together is what we are. So I had a great time at the coast. You know, that ocean air, there's nothing like that Oregon Coast Air. And I can't remember what I did and what I didn't do on my last floss tube, but needless to say, I don't have time to go back and look. I do know that at the end of this video, I will be, G will be putting the winner of the B-scape on a little poster. So hopefully you guys will stay till the end to see that. I did take some stitching with me, and you know, it's kind of one of those things where we were in a beautiful Airbnb, an absolute beautiful Airbnb, and I didn't get a whole lot of stitching time though, because I was with my son and my grandson and with my girlfriends, and it was just, so I got just a little bit here and there, just a little bit here and there. On the ride over, because I am blessed that I can stitch in a moving vehicle. I worked on, let's see, did I bring it up here? Let's see, I think I did. Let's see, maybe not, maybe not, maybe not. I don't see it. But I did work on the Prairie Schooler Santa, and I got, you know, a little bit more done. I'm working on his coat now. And what I find really interesting is when you're doing like a sal, when you're doing a sal of any sort, it is fascinating to look at how each individual stitcher approaches the project, because there are those that start in the middle, there are those that start on the right lower or the upper left. I mean, it's really interesting to see the progression of each person's project from their comfort zone, and you learn something from that. And so I love, I know that Sal means start along for me. I rarely keep up, but I do love to see the hashtags of those stitch alongs, because you realize we're all, it's kind of like we may have entirely different belief systems, but we're all human. So we are all these different stitchers, but we approach a project in entirely different ways. And the one I am stitching with the Fat Quarter Shop, which is the Autumn Beauties Sal, here I am. This actually goes like this. There it is. So I cannot tell you how comfortable I felt once I got that whole border done. I just, I often think it's that introverted part of myself that needs the boundary or the comfort of my cozy spot. And when I have that outside edge, it's all cake after that for me. I just love that needle winder from Fat Quarter Shop too, the sunflower. Yeah, so I did some work on that, because that was kind of, that border was a no-brainer. I didn't even have to look at the pattern as we were bouncing along, because when you are on a beautiful stretch of road, it's really hard to concentrate on stitching, because you just want to take it all in. You want to take it all in. I started stitching a birthday start, and many of you asked about last year's birthday start. That birthday start from last year was finished and gifted to a friend of mine. And if you remember, it was, I don't even have the pattern anymore, it was a silhouette pumpkin of the first Thanksgiving, and it was beautiful. It was beautiful, and I had a wonderful time finishing that off for a dear friend for her birthday. So this year, my birthday start was a blackbird, Away We Ride. And I'm doing that with a handful of friends, and anybody else who wants to work on that particular chart. I know that my one girlfriend does not like the quote that's on here. Away we ride till it's dark as pitch to find the home of the wicked witch. For some reason, she didn't get that. She doesn't like it. And so she's changing the wording a little bit. But it doesn't bother me. And I thought it was from the Wicked Witch, but, I mean the Wizard of Oz, but no, she said it wasn't. It was designed by Barb, so maybe she'll tell us why she chose that particular quote. But I started having a little bit of an inertia problem. You know, I started in the left, my go-to left upper corner, and I could just feel that, you know, when you're stitching a project and you just know it's going to fall into that UFO pile. There's something about it. It's not the design. You love it. There's just something that is worrisome about it. Well, once I saw my friend Sandy start doing that inner border, I was like, oh, I can do that whole inner border, and I'm gonna feel better, because once I get that, it's like my safety. So I started it yesterday, and I got a good part of it done. You see that inner border? But what I like about this is that if you look at the bottom of this fabric, I'm barely gonna have an inch and a half at the bottom. Yeah, I have about 2.5 inches or 2 inches at the top, but the bottom is going to barely be, but it'll work. And so I know that once I get that whole inner border done, which if you see on this chart, it's this thing. Then I'm going to be able to bounce between this outer border and motifs on the inside, which is my happy place. Because then I'll have a box. And then I can move around with some other colors. Yeah. So that's. I received a little gift that was filled with yummies in it, and I'm telling you, what a stinker. So be so happy that when others look at you, they become happy too. Oh, that's what I want to be. Aunt B. And she just wrote, she started at age 7 cross-stitching, crocheting, quilting, hand-stitching with her granny. How fabulous. How fabulous. Oh, and she put a couple of fun stickers. Oh, my grandson's going to love these little stickers. But the stinker that she is, I still love you, is that she put a card in there for my half birthday. So I have to wait and not open it till my half birthday. Oh, I can do it. I can do it. But there were all kinds of goodies in there. There was, oh, this is one of my favorites. This is going to be a winter warm fuzzy. My warm fuzzy tea. And all kinds of little stitching. There's all kinds of fun little things. A couple of masks. I'm going to be flying this month, so I'm going to need some masks. Oop. Yeah, so I'm going to take those with me flying. I am a hearer and doer of God's word. The word says, I am healed, so I am. James 1:22. And there's all kinds of, there's a seam ripper and a thimble, a light. This is a Jan Lynn Susie's Zoo counted cross stitch. This might have to be a giveaway for someone who has a golfer in their life. Oh my gosh. Oh, and it came with a little frame. Yeah, and it has a thread, and it looks like someone started it. Oh, how cute is that? So thank you so much. I want to see what this is. Magic Castle. Ooh, gosh. That's amazing. It's a full coverage. Ooh, baby. I can't show it to you because it's the actual chart. Yeah, so thank you so much. I also received a whole pile of Prairie Schooler Santa charts from Marcia. Thank you. I've now located, I am down to only needing, I think it was about, I am only missing, wow, I'm only missing 5. I'm only missing 5. And to have a complete set. Wow, that's amazing. And then this, look at this. It's quilting. It's not stitching, but it's little doll quilts. That was awesome. So I'm not sure, and I think I didn't show you my haul last time. I might have, but maybe I didn't. I saw this, I was feeling fall, and I saw this somewhere. I don't even know where. Am I coming? Am I going? Where am I? When I start asking who am I, leave me a comment. Oh, this is such craziness. But I was feeling fall, and I did a little fall decorating around the house, and I really wanted to stitch some kind of turkey. And I saw this Plum Street sampler, and it was perfect. Gobble. It's called Gobble. And I just love it. It's not really big, which is nice. You know, it's like a little over 6 by 6. And I didn't know how I wanted to finish it, so I went ahead and bought me some pumpkin, well actually this is called Jack by Lady Dot Creates. So I bought that. And then, Teresa Kogut, what can I say? I just love this sampler. I love the border with the hearts, and yeah, it's all the animals that I love. And that's called For the Love of Nature. I think that was my last pixel, I don't know. And I don't know if I showed you this. Oh, there's my Prairie Schoolers. He's on the floor. He's on the floor. So I'm doing this. I haven't started it yet. But Stitching with the Sisterlies, Cheryl, she is doing Generations Sal. And I'll put those hashtags down below. And this one is by Twin Peak Primitives, and it's called Stitching Generations Together. And I got this at Acorns and Threads along with my floss. And I don't know, the reason I was drawn to it is it combines stitching, it has a sewing machine, and a spinning wheel, which my father-in-law, G's dad, used to spin his own yarn. He would dye and spin his own yarn. And so for me, this chart really speaks to the generations. The only thing I have a problem with, and I can't not see it once I set it, is this cat right here looks dead. He's like upside down, all 4 legs straight up. It doesn't look natural. I don't get it. I don't want him. I don't want a dead cat on my chart. I don't want it. So I have to figure something out, because now that I've said it, that's all I can think about, all I see when I look at it. So I'm going to have to figure that one out for sure. But that I'm going to be starting that sometime this month, because Cheryl's already she's already working at it. Oh, here I wanted to show you my Prairie Schooler Santa. So this is the one that my middle grandson picked for his Christmas ornament. And that's the 1992. And this is where I've gotten, yeah. And I do have a giveaway for this week, because I had on the Fat Quarter Shop, the Autumn Beauties sale, they sent me some extra stuff. And so I want to give away this bag. It's still in the plastic, but it's a project bag with beautiful sunflowers and a package of floss bitties. Oh, and they're like hard. It's like awesome. And so anybody who is interested in these two projects, let me just say, let's just say Fat Quarter Shop, because they're the ones that gave it to me. So if you're interested, put in your comments Fat Quarter Shop. So I'm planning, I'm going to be traveling again later this month, and I have to decide which projects to take with me to stitch, because I will be only traveling with one bag, so you have to kind of efficiently plan. But I went across Europe with one bag, so I know I can do it. It's just deciding what project you want to take, and yeah. It's a beautiful day here. I hope it's a beautiful day in your neighborhood, and I hope you're having fun stitching, and that we meet here again. And thank you for stopping by, and stay tuned for that winner of this gorgeous, gorgeous wooden bee skip. It's just gorgeous, and will be shipped directly to you from the maker. Love you guys. You take care.